pass it. We'll come back next year and try to pull it. Now, more money next year. That's what we've been telling everybody else. Then come back in council after the first year and see if we can put back more money coming out.
Unless we come in.
The way they transplant.
Well,
they get fairly good sized trees.
you can get it. When you should get that out of the way.
What we're going to do. We've been telling everybody.
Didn't you get that picture?
Well, yeah.
If you're going,
Okay, I was gonna say, I thought I texted to you. Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, see, when I texted, I thought I texted.
Oh, you missed that one.
Well, now I know.
What's so much?
Now I can call and say, hey, we got them on the radar, looks good, blah, 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 blah.
I don't think it's something, but it's supposed to be nice. I think maybe
Right. Thank you, sir. Goodness. Yeah. It's early. I have no idea. Hey there. Chief?
I know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but I know. And he was trying to hang on your shirt tail to get a spot up there.
You going through?
Yeah, he was.
Have I ever been introduced to you?
Yeah, I met you.
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
Okay, so I can see who I've met, so I haven't. Okay.
Deer hunting, man. Where you going, Mario? You going deer hunting? I'm afraid the deer would win.
Okay, thank you. Let's produce that thing.
And there's no agreement with that when I put it, you know?
I don't believe so. It took us forever.
Okay.
It could be so loud.
Yeah.
I think you want to leave that. I don't think you want to leave that.
I don't know if he did or if he had somebody. I don't think.
That's why they'll have to also.
Yeah.
Third and fourth works, right?
I should sit up there so
Everybody ready?
If I'd have known that, it'd be all right.
Call Board of Works meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Board Member Mario Todd.
Here.
Board Member Aaron Cook.
Here.
Board Member William Bruner.
Present.
Board Member Donnie Bryant.
Present.
Fire Chief Johnny Tremaine. Here. Assistant Police Chief Mike Lanning.
Present.
EMS Director Bobby Mills. Mayor, I'm sorry, the City Attorney Leslie Votaw. Here. The Mayor and myself.
Any announcements? Hearing none, previous meeting, our minutes.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Committee reports. Fire Department, John Tremaine.
Mayor, the only thing I have, it's nothing big. The guys completed their blue card training, which was their practical skills last Thursday and Friday. They spent 2 days at the firehouse to finish up their certifications. So they all completed that. And also, just to let you know, a busy week around the firehouse this week. We got hose testing, fire prevention at the schools, and then we start our classroom training tomorrow night, follow up Friday, Saturday, Sunday with our fourth quarter live burn with flashover chambers. That's all I have.
Thank you. Assistant Chief Mike Lanning.
Yes, Mayor. The last meeting, we brought forward to the board the person that we want to hire for the part-time position as a police clerk here with the police department. Just like to know if we could move forward with that tonight on a vote for Diana Bolson, who we chose.
Anything to the board?
I went down there and I looked at all 30-something applications with Mr. Lanning.
Everything okay?
Yep, everything looked good to me.
Entertain a motion?
I'd so move forward.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Any more?
Nope, that's it, Mayor. Thank you.
EMS Director Bobby Mills. No report, Mayor. Okay. New business, Johnny Tremaine, presentation.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up to the podium on this one.
What are you doing? Got on the agenda last month. We had a couple firefighters do something. They don't get. We're always involved in fires and stuff, but rarely do we save a life. Far as have that to where they go into a smoke structure and physically pull somebody out. So I'm going to read, I put together a little thing I want to read, and it's about the events of that day. On Saturday, September 14, 2013, the Lawrenceburg Fire Department was working a safety detail at the local Lowe's Home Improvement with Aurora Fire Department and several other organizations. At 11:59, the Aurora Fire Department received a 911 call of a working structure fire. Standard protocol is to also send the next closest department as automatic aid, which is Lawrenceburg. Aurora and Lawrenceburg units responded. While responding, it was confirmed heavy smoke coming from an apartment and possibly occupied. Lawrenceburg Engine 4 was being maneuvered towards the scene by engineer Danny Brooks Jr., which Engine 4 was the first new engine. They arrived on the scene and stretched an attack line. As the line charged, we were told the occupant was in the apartment. Knowing Aurora's crew was approaching, I directed Engine 4's crew to go ahead and search while Aurora's crew attacked the fire. They entered a heavily smoke-filled apartment and made their way to the bedroom, searched but wasn't able to locate anyone. Then they made their way to the bathroom where they located the occupant. Engine 4's crew carried the victim from the apartment where he was treated and transported to Dearborn County Hospital. A note, one of the firefighters at the scene was quoted as saying that was like a scene out of a movie. The feeling that comes over you after the event is unexplainable, and I was honored to be a part of. To see all the pieces of the puzzle fall together and everyone's training paid off. So I looked up the meaning of honor. 1, high respect. 2, distinction. 3, fulfill an obligation. 4, prestige. 5, merit. 6, an official award of bravery or achievement. 7, pride. As fire chief, I have high respect for these two distinct individuals. They fulfilled an obligation to their community and department. At this time, I would ask the Board of Works and the Mayor to assist me in presenting Lieutenant Brandon Given and firefighter Matt Marillion for honorable service to their community.
Very good.
Come on, gentlemen. Matthew. Thank you. Thank you, Brandon. Can we have another round of applause? Thank you.
Johnny, good job.
Any more, John?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Well deserving. Aaron Cook, Reserve Police process.
Yeah, I just had some questions about how the reserve police officer process works, if it's advertised in the paper. I brought up a few issues at the last meeting, and Mr. Lanning assured me that it was advertised in the newspaper last time, and he's in the process of giving me a copy of that from the clerk treasurer, so I'll just wait for that and bring it up at the next meeting.
You want to tell you what next meeting?
Yeah.
Need a motion to table.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Would you call Connie, make sure she puts it on the next meeting?
Yep.
Any old business? Hearing none, review and discuss claims, board approval.
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion adjourned?
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Facility board in 5 minutes.
Okay.
If I get it, I'll get it to you. If you get it, let me know.
Rosebush still blocks the track. You have to get out in the middle of the highway.
Right down there at, on the bank property.
Out in the middle of the street and see where the cars are going.
Have our guys already trimmed it.
Umpteen times, I saw it.
The one sitting in the planter down here, we had it trimmed back before. Of course, they grow pretty quick. That way you can, yeah, you might make sure. And see. That way you
Fun time?
It's from
Yeah, that's
we're gonna win tomorrow and do it then. See? I love you too, huh? Stop with the tree killing, just stop.
Yeah, I know.
I have bids here.
For today?
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them. They're not on the agenda.
I can have a Genesis, we make it.
Okay. I'll let him know I've got him Totals? No.
Just don't let them know.
No, I don't.
Just take them in and feed them. Don't let them walk around the street starving. What?
That's one of them worked down.
Yeah. Yeah. What do we say? Yeah.
Give me one. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Is this technically what the Form 4 would be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The what? Don't I just read the Form 4, right? What's the budget ordinance she's talking about? That's the ordinance. Getting me a new one with new numbers
Yeah.
from the workshop.
Oh, truck? Really? That's
Next time or something? Is this for this? Okay.
Do I have to read all
Go ahead and
this?
do that tonight.
The second, yeah, first time you have to read the whole thing.
What's this one for?
Okay, and I would do the adopted numbers by total, other than Riverboat.
How far out?
Okay, so I'm reading it just like she has, except for the new numbers. Thanks, you're awesome. He just explained that to me.
guys get with it. I make a good commercial. These guys give like a space shuttle.
Yeah, it's gonna be me that's not supposed to. Can't keep it. Can't keep it though.
You know I wouldn't.
So I take it with me.
I'll make them read it.
Me too.
And council has their new, that addition, the adoption. Is that where we do it at, right there? Okay. You gotta talk to the mayor. This, I have to read.
I mean, you can almost see it in the art.
I'll read it.
I didn't find any mistakes in
One.
I'm starting to get confused here.
Call Lawrenceburg Utility Board to order, please. Roll call, please.
Board member Jane Pope.
Present.
Board member Aaron Cook.
Here.
Board member William Bruner.
Present.
Board member Mike Lawrence.
Here.
Board member Cheryl Holcraft.
I'm here.
Utility Director Mel Davis is not here. City Attorney Leslie Votaw.
Here.
Mayor Dennis Carr, and myself.
Any announcements? Hearing none, approved minutes of previous meeting.
I'll move.
A second? All in favor?
Aye.
Committee reports. Mel's not here. New business, Aaron Cook, personal issues.
As a personnel issue, Mr. Davis called me the other day and said he wouldn't be able to be at this meeting to address the issue, so he would ask that I would table it, so I'd make a motion to table it at this time.
There's a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Aaron, you want to put it on the agenda for
Yeah.
this time? Okay. Any old business? Andy Lyons, BFS representative, recommend award contract A and B.
Butler Fairman Seifert couldn't be here. He has an early flight. I told him I didn't think it was really necessary that he be here tonight. As you guys know, bids were opened at the last council meeting. Since then, Butler Fairman Seifert, the engineer on the project, has reviewed all of the contract documents and bids and found everything to be in order. Found no reason not to award each of the two bids to the lowest bidder. There's an attached in your packet that I gave you for each contract bid request. Contract A, the low bidder was GM Pipeline Incorporated for a total amount of $1.3 million and change. I believe that there were some corrections made to some of the bids. They're not readily apparent on this spreadsheet, but he did advise that there were a few minor changes, but it didn't change the outcome of the totals. So on contract B, the low bidder on that one was TT Maintenance and Contracting with a bid of $654,000 and change. Also, the engineer requested that the bidders, if they so chose to bid both contracts, to bid them as a combination bid in an effort to try to save us a little money and get a discount. And a couple of the bidders did do that. I think there were 3 bids total that went this route. One of them cut a total of $100,000 from their bid, but the two combined low bidders, GM Pipeline and TT Maintenance, still came in $30,000 less than the combination bid. So the engineer is recommending that we go with the 2 low bidders for contract A and contract B, respectively. And we're looking for the board's approval on such.
Anything on the board?
Make a motion to accept both bids.
Second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Ayes have it. So easy on you, wasn't it?
Yes, you did.
Review and discuss claims board approval.
So moved.
There's a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion adjournment.
So moved.
Second?
Aye.
All in favor? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Jane Pope,
Present.
Councilperson Aaron Cook.
Here.
Councilperson William Bruner.
Here.
Councilperson Mike Lawrence.
Here.
Councilperson J.R. Holcraft.
Here.
Fire Chief Johnny Tremaine.
Here.
Assistant Police Chief Mike Lanning.
Here.
EMS Director Bobby Mills.
Here.
City Attorney Leslie Votaw.
Here.
Mayor Carr.
Here.
And myself.
Any announcements? Approved minutes of previous meeting.
I have one thing. I waited to council because we didn't have a Parks Board meeting, but It was just that the ice, second page. It says the bid for ice rinks to go was for $7,807. And it should have been 78,000, I believe. Is that right, Pat? Just to correct that number on there.
May I shrink?
On the
Yeah.
minutes?
Yeah.
What was it, Aaron, 78,000?
I'm not sure what the exact number it was, but it was 70-something thousand, and it says 7,807.
I'll check it. I'll check the tapes.
It's 78,700 was the one you approved for ice rinks to go.
Okay.
I brought my packet from last time as well, so.
Okay. Any more? Entertain a motion?
Make a motion to approve the minutes with the correction.
No second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I abstain, I'm absent.
Roll call, please.
Jane Pope,
Yes.
Aaron Cook, William Bruner, Mike Lawrence, J.R. Holcraft.
Yes.
Committee reports. Speech alleys approved, Aaron Cook.
No report this meeting, Mayor.
Okay, Finance, J.R. Holcraft.
Report's in the packet.
Water Department, Bill Bruner.
No report, Mayor.
Assistant Police Chief Mike Lanning.
No report, Mayor.
Fire Chief John Tremaine.
No report, Mayor.
EMS Director Bobby Mills.
No report, Mayor.
Building Department Carl Fryman.
No report, Mayor.
Is anybody doing anything? Okay, moving on. New business, Vicky Fay, smaller donations.
Hi, I'm Lindsay. I'm filling in for Vicky today. These are some of the girls from the Showtime dance team and from Lawrenceburg Community Center. We're requesting a donation to help with the fees to attend the Jam Fest Dance Super Nationals at the Northern Kentucky Convention Center. We have never attended this event and would love to attend since it is located so close to us this year and would not be involved in hotel and travel expenses to the families. We attend several other competitions throughout the year in the tri-state area. The families pay out of pocket to attend all of these events and also all costume fees required for the year. We do several other fundraisers, including the Kroger Plus card, and we do host the competitions ourselves. The registration cost to attend is $120 per dancer. We have 46 dancers. Our dancers range in age from 4 to 18. Our cost for the attend the whole competition is $5,520. Any donation would be greatly appreciated.
Anything on the board?
Do all the kids live in Dearborn County or
Most of them, I believe.
don't know?
I'm not for sure exactly. That's a Vicky question. I'm sorry.
Jenny, you have something?
I'm not for sure, but, I think, but any of you kids know of any other kids that live outside of Dearborn County that's in your program?
Not that I know of.
Which would include Aurora, Greendale,
Right.
right? Nobody from Rising Sun. Nobody from Versailles. So I think we are pretty much Dearborn County here, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna make a suggestion that we take it out of the mayor's money since we got so much left in the mayor's money from last year. And how much do we have in the mayor's money again, Suzanne?
We have,
Mayor, these little girls are gonna love you.
in the promotional fund, we have $5,721.03.
As of August.
As of, the end of August. I can't speak of what was done out of there in September.
Since it's my donation, I recommend we give it $500.
$500?
How much you asking for?
5,000.
5,000?
5,520.
I recommend $1,000. Because you're going to other places asking for donations too, aren't you?
I'm sorry.
You're going to other places asking for donations?
I believe so. This is our main one. We just have the Creditor Plus card, and we just do minor ones and our competition
Let me
one.
add to it. I'll do 1,000 out of mine, you do 1,000 out of,
How much does council have left?
Yeah, that's right, something
About 7,000.
Yeah, 6,000 something.
It is 6,458.
I'll make a deal with you, Mayor.
oh boy.
You pay half and we'll pay the other half, at a total of $5,520.
All right, problem.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'll make a motion for the donation request for, what is the name of the team?
Showtime Dance Team.
For the Showtime Dance Team, for $5,520. Half of it to come from Mayor's Fund and the other half to come from Council Fund.
Second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All yes? Ayes have it. Gotcha. Connie Canoe and Tina Zint, donations for toy giveaway.
Hi, I'm Connie Canoe, and I'm here to ask for a donation again this year for the toy giveaway here in Lawrenceburg. It was really a big success. We really did good to a lot of kids that wouldn't have had Christmas otherwise. I sold water. We had a stand at Fall Fest, and we sold water there, and we sold water at the Music on the River all summer. So we did make some money on our own, but we're asking for a donation from the city again.
You know what we gave you last year?
You give 1,000. But we would like to ask for a little bit more. We're going to try to get some of the kids down here from the hill.
And she's referring to the
low-income apartments.
So you're going to go up on the
We're not
hill?
going to go. We're going to notify them to come downtown.
Do you have approximate number by chance on kids with that? No.
I seen them swarming the trucks last year.
Hey, it was a big success last year.
Well,
I make
go ahead.
Come on, Jane.
I
us
make a
good.
motion to give the Eddie Canoe toy giveaway $1,500. $1,500.
About that, close.
I'll add 1,500 out of my donation.
So a total of 3,000. Now, all right.
That sounds good.
3,000.
Thank you.
So I'll make a motion for council to donate 1,500. The mayor will donate 1,500 for a total of 3,000.
Is there any?
Second.
I was just going to ask her a question. Is there a possibility, by chance, of trying to get a head count when this is done, just for?
Maybe sign one specific person.
Oh, gosh, they come every which way, swarming the trailers. Also, can we use the trailers like we did last year? And I know the guys are excited. They're willing to do it again this year, so
Give us, Roger.
I will. Thank you, guys.
One am I gonna put?
I got a second.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
All yes. You got it. Thomas Thacker, Casco.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, so I sent you a report, the evaluation report. I sent you all multiple reports. I sent you the budgets from this past year. I even sent you the bank printout so you could see that we're spending money the way we're supposed to. But at the end of it all, I sent a proposal for an increase in funding for next year. Now, I'm not going to go over all the report because you have it, and I know time is of the essence. I know my butt is numb from this time. So you know what we proposed. You have it. You've had it. If you have any questions. Do I need to come back on the 28th? Because I'm hesitant because that would be the third time. Strike three, you're out, I'm afraid.
I don't know. You don't, Donna.
I think you've learned you're back in.
intern's loving it.
No, you probably don't. I mean, they'll go over it and we got one on 28th this last.
Donna, what was that amount you were requesting? We can't seem to find it on this paperwork.
Okay, let me look at all my paperwork.
And Suzanne, does CASA come out of Riverboat or MDF?
MDO. It's
Thank-
under
Thank you, Leslie.
280,456.
I can't seem to find it in mine. I don't know what I did with it.
Aaron's digging.
I know it's 180 something, but.
Yeah, that's what it was last year. It was 183. What did I do with it? Let me search again. I know it was 183 something. It probably fell out of my folder here and it's in my bag somewhere. Did you find it? Okay, good.
Donna,
Yeah, I found it at the same time.
181, 146,
It's 183,943.
180.
You're looking at the printout from this is the proposed city budget.
Oh, okay, all right.
And it was, what, 160 this year?
It was last year it was 100, and we came in and you gave us $60,000 to match the grants. We didn't ask for it that way this year. If you could see in the proposal, we had it laid out a little differently, so some of the money would just kind of pass through us to help other entities, some with outpatient treatment for substance abuse, and that kind of a thing, so.
I apologize, I haven't got to review it. I've been gone a couple weeks, and
I know I saw your post from Arizona.
so,
I wish I were there.
since it's the citizens' money, could you maybe tell them a little bit what the money would be used for?
Okay, so when you have staff, and we would like to, I'm the only full-time staff person at this time, and we had somebody working part-time, we saved some money, we had some carryover money, so we'd like to make that person full-time as we look to what CASA wants to do in the future. And then we'd have to have money for accounting, which was like $10,000, and because it would be more money in audit, it would be $6,500. And then for community events, like the open house for police, a national night out, and things like that we sponsor would be $8,000. Media's $20-some thousand. Trainings, and we wanted to get, for the pass-through things, would be like drug kits. We've been working with the prosecutor for the Protect Your Family, and we encourage as well parents to begin drug testing their kids. The sooner the better, because it opens up that discussion. Sometimes you might catch an issue, you can do a little intervention, so that would be $8,000. And then we're working with the local community coalition's collaborative effort, which is we are an LCC, we're the local coordinating council for the Governor's Commission. Every county has one. Southeast Indiana, we've kind of banded together to work on a game plan that would allow us to get surveys that would help not only show the picture in our own county, but collectively in southeastern Indiana. We just released a community provider survey that was included in your packet too, so that would be $10,000 for line items to support that, so we could keep working with the evaluators to get these surveys out. We currently have parent surveys going out and school staff surveys going out. Then we sent last year, out of the money you guys gave us, we sent community mental health people to the Truth Lab high-intensity outpatient training for substance abuse. Well, we were thinking this year if we could give them $10,000 to assist that for Lawrenceburg residents only, and then $10,000 to help people attend the True Thought intensive outpatient therapy for substance abuse from the county overall. And then we're working with recovery groups like Challenge to Change and Celebrate Recovery. I know AA and Al-Anon, they don't ask for things, but these groups, they do a different kind of a recovery group that mandates materials like books and things like that. And then one more, which was a local grassroots effort that was organized here, and to try to address the heroin abuse in the area and to help them find their way, to help them learn what evidence-based programming and activities are. Does that answer your question?
I just wanted to people know.
I'm a representative from City Council on the Executive Board, J.R. Holcraft and myself. And I'm very impressed with the work that CASA has done, things that are accomplished through the grant money. and things that we hope to accomplish. And in her budget format, you know, $10,000 for people that live within the city of Lawrenceburg for outpatient treatment, and then also another $10,000 from county residents from outpatient treatment, which is, I hope, is just a starting point that's well needed to get these people, when they ask for help, to get them into some kind of a service to help them kick their addictions. So I know it's only in the MDF budget for $100,000. We gave them the $160 last year. And with her new recommendations, unless anybody else has any other negative comments or questions about it, I would like to see us to just round it off and give her $184,943. Round it off to 184 instead of the 183.
Just a question in the budget. Can the budget be passed with an increase, or doesn't that have to be?
Has to be appropriate.
Any increase to the budget's got to be proposed by the mayor.
Right, but hasn't it been advertised at what it is presented? Right.
But with her coming to ask, can we move
Or
it
does
up?
that have to be
As long as
additional
the-
appropriation?
No, as long as the total budget doesn't exceed what was advertised, the geography of those lines can change.
So it can cut off somewhere. Yeah, I understand. I was just, want to make sure.
The budget was got to go through that. Remember that comes up, 28.
Mayor, are you okay with the 184?
That's up to you guys. I don't, that's fine. Somebody's.
Because it has to be
you gotta
recommended by
understand,
you,
when
Mayor.
we cut these budgets, it's hard to do. We tried, it didn't hurt, like the adult center and the community center and things like that. We had to cut somewhere. Hey, they're not easy to do, I'm telling you. My whole staff, and Dan all was a very big help on this. So, we can work some numbers out.
JR, would you like to share any of your comments?
I'd be in favor of it. I mean, this group works real hard. They're one of the best groups around, I'd say. Helps a lot of people out, and I'd be in favor of increasing the budget to save more lives and people everything.
We'll work on this.
Do I have to?
Make a motion to put that through now?
Can I say something? I would like to see if there's any way possible in the future to look into an inpatient program to put money towards, because
That'd be wonderful.
you know,
I've talked to the hospital, Mike, about that, and I think they're talking about making a program.
because we're losing a lot of our kids around here, and I know all the communities are, and I can only speak for myself. I see a lot of money spent that I don't believe is, priority. And we got a lot of kids on heroin especially, but a lot of other things. These kids keep dying. And if we just can save 3 out of 100, we've done something.
I know. There was a death not very long ago, another overdose, and it's, yeah.
I spoke to the hospital director, and they are looking at doing some kind of program like that. Matter of fact, they're gonna come to us and talk to us.
My understanding, Mayor, was that was inpatient with also with severe mental illnesses involved in it. It was like a dual diagnosis thing. I think that's what they're thinking of doing, not just.
They're talking about doing some rehab too.
Are they?
Got the mental health director and the hospital director.
Okay, all right.
Mayor, do you think we could funnel inpatient money through CASA, or would we funnel it straight to the hospital?
Get straight to the hospital. They start the program in the hospital. It's up to you if they want to appropriate the money for it.
Am I finished?
Start the program.
Am I finished?
You're done with all that. Doing that hard.
Okay, do I come back on the 28th?
No,
You've
I
presented
think you're
everything.
good.
They can consider
We'll work something.
We have to take a vote on the budget tonight.
Okay,
But,
okay.
There will be another budget meeting on the 28th.
Okay.
You're welcome to come.
Well, like I said, that would be the third one, and that's strike 3, you're out, I'm afraid. Thank you.
Okay. Jackie Stutz Foundation Grants, Phase 1 and 2.
Jackie's not here tonight, but I'll go ahead and read these off. Phase 1 think there's only 3-year organization. It's Hill Forest Historical Foundation. Requested amount is $4,430. The foundation recommends $4,430.
I make a motion to approve.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Against? Ayes have it.
Second organization is Dearborn County Clearinghouse. Requested amount, $5,000. Recommended, $5,000.
Entertain a motion? So moved. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against?
And the third, last one on phase 1 is Hoosier Hills Literacy League. They requested $4,989.45. The foundation only recommends $3,000.
Entertain a motion? So moved. Second. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All against?
Second phase is a little bit larger. I'll go through these as quick as I can. Dillsboro Community Food Pantry requested $8,350, recommended $5,300.
Entertain a motion? So moved. Second. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All against?
Southeastern Career Center requested $100,000, recommended $100,000.
Entertain a motion?
So moved.
Second. Second. All in favor? Against?
Dearborn County Historical Society, they requested $33,655, recommended $15,000.
Entertain a motion? So moved. Second. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Against?
Aurora Fire Department requested $88,000, recommended $88,000.
Entertain a motion? So moved. Second.
Second.
All in favor? All against?
Carnegie Historic Landmarks requested $19,425, recommended $19,425.
Entertain a motion? Second.
Second.
All in favor? All against?
South Dearborn Community School Corporation requested $80,000, recommended $80,000.
Entertain a motion? Second. Second. All in favor? All against?
Sunman Dearborn Community School Corporation requested $100,000, recommended $100,000.
Entertain a motion?
So-
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Dearborn County 4-H Club Association requested $11,500, recommended $8,500.
Entertain a motion? Second. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Against?
People Working Cooperatively requested $20,000, no recommended amount for this project. Hamline Chapel requested,
We still have to vote on that.
okay.
So move.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Nothing for nothing.
Well, you still have to approve.
Okay.
Hamline Chapel, $100,000 requested, recommended $0.
All in favor?
I have a problem with this one, and I know we're not supposed to go down against the Community Foundation's request, and the request in the money for stained glass windows. And the windows for this project are located within the worship area. The community use of this building is not located in the worship area. However, that church has had more programs and more things run through them to help this community than some of the churches overall. And it's a building, they do their community service in the basement, but yet it's a whole as a building. So
Now, what about, wasn't there some structural problems with that? Did you know? I mean, I know.
I just given the reason why they said 0.
With the event center, I know with the event center, they looked into, they even said that they may have to no longer be there because of.
The windows or the church?
The church
The
itself.
church itself?
The structural, yeah. I mean, that was what we were told when we were looking into the easements and everything that, you know, when we tore down the Boy Scout thing. I mean, I don't know that for a fact, I just know, that was what was.
Some of the parishioners that wrote that on, written that on Facebook as well. That's right.
So it is a possibility that we may have to buy out the church?
What I would suggest is maybe you just,
We said the building can no longer be there.
structurally. Not that we're moving it, it's just that it's not structurally sound, and they don't know how much longer they can afford to be in.
Renovations up in the church itself.
So what I would say is maybe you can revisit this one, after you get more information. Because obviously you wouldn't want to put any kind of, or give any money for the windows if the structure is unsound.
Could they write a grant to the community foundation to help the structural issue?
Yes, they definitely could. And I mean, I know it wasn't just the windows. So.
I agree with Leslie. We can hold off on this until we get some more information.
The motion table?
I make a motion to table.
Have a second? Second. All in favor? Yes, okay.
Dearborn County Park and Recreation Board requested $97,900, recommended $97,900.
Entertain a motion? So moved. Second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Yes.
Manchester Township requested $100,000, recommended $100,000.
Motion? So moved. Second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Hogan Township Volunteer Fire Department requested $94,000, recommended $94,000.
So moved.
Second? Second. All in favor? Aye. All against?
Lawrenceburg Conservancy District Community Athletic Park requested $100,000, recommended $100,000.
Entertain a motion?
So moved.
Moved.
Second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Yes.
People Helping People requested $10,000, zero recommended.
Entertain a motion? So moved. Second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
We Care Packages requested $40,000, recommended $40,000.
Entertain a motion? So moved. Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All against?
Dearborn County Sheriff's Office requested $46,183, recommended $46,183.
Entertain a motion? So moved. Second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Against?
And the last one, Bright Volunteer Fire Company requested $43,166, recommended $43,166.
Entertain a motion?
So moved.
Second? Second. All in favor? Aye. Against?
I guess you probably just want to put tabled on that one.
Table.
Tabled, and then whoever signs it, does Jackie sign it?
Jackie does.
Okay. Just make sure she.
Okay.
Okay, Aaron Cook, city calendar.
Yeah, that's one to bring it before the board, so we weren't pressed for time like last year about discussions on the city calendar, what we want to do, or want to advertise for quotes or bids, or whichever one it is.
I believe it'd just be quote, they were only like, what, 3,000? Then we're not,
It's in the budget for 15.
15, so that would be a bid. Would be a quote, right, sorry.
What about quotes?
Yeah, is there anything we want to put in the ad, like, or do we want anything specific, or?
Maybe let them come up with some ideas.
Anybody else on board?
RFPs? Is there anything specific you want to look for, each one turn in quotes or proposals or anything?
Aaron, I mean, that would be a bad idea for The request for proposals.
Because I've heard several different, I mean, sometimes the low bid, not what a lot of the people I've been talking to want. They want something a little higher quality, I guess. I don't know. So that's why I mentioned the proposals.
Well, I mean,
Proposals?
Themes. I say that it be based on the city of Lawrenceburg. I don't know what theme we could go for this year.
Well, I'll try this motion. I'll make a motion to place an advertisement to go out for RFPs for the Lawrenceburg City Calendar 2014.
Yes, sir.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All against?
and then as far as any wording, since we are having a special meeting on the 28th, I can try to work on some wording, or if you want some wording too.
Yeah, I just don't want to come down to the last minute like we did last year, so.
I'll take a stab at it.
Very good. Old business.
No. Budget adoption.
Oh, I'm sure.
You want me to read it?
Yeah. Budget adoption.
Okay, this is based on our meeting we had at 4:30 earlier. Ordinance or resolution for appropriations and tax rate. Ordinance number, Jackie left this blank. I went through the book, tried to see what the next number was. I believe it's 20, so pending for review. I'm going to call it ordinance 20, just based off of the last meeting.
Actually, she already made some that were 20, but that would be for the November 4th meeting.
Okay.
So let's
Then
see.
scratch that, I wasn't aware of those.
No, that's
so-
okay. She already has ordinance number 20 and 23. So, but if
We'll let
we
Jackie
use
number
20,
it.
then she can use a different number on
I
the
don't,
next
I
one.
don't want to mess up anything she's already done. I just was trying to go ahead and,
I think that we can save the number.
Before I read this, does that include the riverboat?
it's going to, yes.
The only reason it has to be done is because if it doesn't pass unanimously, we have to get something passed by November 1st. So, in order.
So we vote for the first reading, we can change our mind after we go through the riverboat MDF for the next meeting?
Yeah, if that's what happens.
Okay. Because we haven't went through, that's why I was.
I understand.
Okay.
But in order to get it done in a timely manner and not have to have two meetings after the 20, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
after the 28th, that's what Mr. Hedden recommended.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, read the entire ordinance out loud.
Be it ordained by the Common Council that for the expenses of Lawrenceburg Civil City for the year ending December 31st, 2014, the sums herein specified are hereby appropriated and ordered set apart out of the several funds herein named and for the purposes herein specified, subject to the laws governing the same. Such sums herein appropriated shall be held to include all expenditures authorized to be made during the year, unless otherwise expressly stipulated and provided for by law. In addition, for the purposes of raising revenue to meet the necessary expense of Lawrenceburg Civil City, the property tax levies and property tax rates, as herein specified, are included herein. Budget Form 4B for all funds must be completed and submitted in the manner prescribed by the Department of Local Government Finance. This ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval by the Common Council. If it's okay with everyone, I'm going to read the fund name and the adopted budget amount. Is everyone all right with that? Casino Riverboat, $22,929,797. Rainy Day, 0. General, $8,105,121. Police pension, $300,000. Local road and street, $20,000. Motor vehicle highway, $869,517. Parks, $553,521. Non-reverting parks, $162,500. NR planning, $40,000. NR fire, $160,000. Municipal Development Fund, $14,862,200.
Motion approved the first reading of ordinance number 20 for 2013.
I'll move.
Second?
I got JR.
Before I move this, we're going to go through the Riverboat and MDF on the 28th, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Got a motion, all in favor?
What's the motion? Is it the motion to accept as is, or what's the motion?
The first reading.
Just to accept the first reading?
Second.
There you go. He said it, you guys said it at the same time.
All in favor?
Aye.
All against?
Aye.
Aye.
Roll call, please.
Councilperson Jane Pope.
No.
Councilperson Aaron Cook.
Yes.
Councilperson William Brunner.
Yes.
Councilperson Mike Lawrence.
No.
Councilperson J.R. Holcraft.
Yes.
All right, first reading business.
Don't need to read it anymore. Old business. You're good.
Old business, George Ross Perf.
What?
Okay, it's going to be continued to 28th at 5 o'clock.
Which will be the budget discussion. Second, third.
All set? This has been done once before. I think council has approved this, but it actually didn't go anywhere. I'm not going to have the exact dates here because it's been quite some time ago, but around 2001, we started with the Lawrenceburg EMS as paid personnel. We were full-time during the daytime due to missing so many runs. We were doing about 1,700 calls a year, and we just couldn't keep up with the volunteers. So we went ahead part-time, well, full-time, but just part-time coverage, daytime. And it got to be the point where it was working so well that the city started funding it, and we put on crews in the evening time. We were making $10 an hour. Mayor Paul Tremaine Sr. Decided to make us city employees and pay us the wages the same as the police department got. That happened in March of '03. In April of '03, we all signed union cards and joined a union. We were paying ourselves, but funded through the city. We had our own treasurer, and not to talk about the dead, but Grace and Paul didn't get along too good, so that's the way it was stood. We paid ourselves, the money come from the city, and we did not pay IAM pension, we did not pay Indiana PERF. We didn't know we were supposed to. In 2005, the mayor, Bill Cunningham, wanted us to move into the new fire department and decided to have the treasurer do our paychecks. It was brought to their attention at that time that the PERF wasn't being paid, nor the IAM. The city went ahead and cut the IAM pension, paid it back till April of 2003. I don't know why the PERF hadn't been caught up. We were short 1 year and 9 months. It started being paid in January of '05. So I brought it to a couple of the councilmen's attention, and it went through council, Board of Works, it passed. It was around $23,000. They approved it. Jackie said that it couldn't be done because she only had minutes when Mayor Cunningham officially made us city employees, because they said that Paul had no paperwork to say that we were actually picked up in '03 as city employees. So what I'm asking is for the city to go ahead and pay up the year and 9 months. We have talked to PERF about it. They said they couldn't really discuss it with us since Jackie Stutz was the administrator, and it was up to Jackie to take care of that. Jackie found in her minutes where we become city employees April 14th, 2004. Is the only thing she could come up with, and that's, I think it's 04. I didn't bring my glasses, sorry. And the council people signed that. This council here signed this, stating that that's all she could find. But I have paperwork from the IAM where it was paid in April of 03. 1,600 hours was paid, and I think at the rate at the time was $2 per hour that it was paid. So the IAM was caught up. I have all the paperwork that shows that, but the PERF was never caught up, and we're just asking that the PERF be caught up. We have one person retiring in November.
But didn't we already vote to do that?
Yes,
That's what I thought.
Yes.
I don't understand why it wasn't done.
She couldn't find documentation. The only documentation, what he's saying, is from January of 05, not April.
Right, but why is our vote today going to be any different than the vote before? We voted to do it, and
I know that came up. It was something that I believe probably you looked into.
It was a little different.
I mean,
After tax versus pre-tax.
So my point is, we can't make the same motion for the same thing if that's not correct. I mean, that's what I'm trying to...
It is correct, but the paperwork is not correct. They went ahead...
We already voted to...
Yes, I know
pay it,
that.
So we don't need to vote again.
I know that. I'm just bringing it to your attention because it's still not been done.
Okay.
And Jackie is not doing it because she has to cover her own, and has to have paperwork. And we have the paperwork that proves that we were city employees because we couldn't have been in the union and paying the IAM pension if we weren't. It was a technical thing.
Follow up on that and see if...
We would have to do some kind of resolution.
So you'll check on that and
Yeah.
work that out?
Did you present your paperwork to Mrs. Stutz?
Yes.
She would accept it?
She said she couldn't. She said she had to have minutes that said that because, it was my word against no paperwork.
And I see Dan Hayden saying yes to that.
If we do a resolution, it should take care of it.
Yeah, Leslie said she'd look into it to see what we need to do to get it correct.
I do have paperwork, but it's paperwork that you get online through the IAM pension, but the IAM will verify this paperwork. Jim Smith takes care of the pension fund, and he was the one that worked with Mayor Cunningham to catch this up. And they wouldn't have done that if it wasn't legit.
I think you should get it, if you was getting IM pension, you should be getting the
She only did the motion because that's what she could verify.
I understand, and that's what she explained to
But if
me.
you all are comfortable with going back to when, if you want to get me that information.
Yes.
And I'll make sure that you guys get copies when we do the resolution.
When is she retiring soon?
She's retiring in, I think, day after Thanksgiving, November.
Whether or not.
She is vested. I mean, it's not like she's gonna make it or break it, but it is a year and 9 months that I feel that
They can probably.
we're entitled to, and she's probably entitled to it more.
I'll definitely check into that, George.
Okay.
My number's 4500-537.
Okay.
So if you want to call our office and,
And I can get this to you later? Okay.
I'm at 60 East High, down right by the radio station there.
Yes.
Yep. You just drop it off there.
All righty.
All righty.
Thank you.
Paul Durkin, follow up on concrete.
Yeah, I was here last week and I'm back for, she was going to look at it and you called yesterday, I missed you. I would have been there, could have showed you exactly what I was talking about. You might have found it, I don't know.
I seen it.
You seen it?
Concrete work is a mess.
It was a mess,
Unacceptable.
yeah.
Well, I did do what I said I would do. I did continue the date as first from the November 7th date. I think right now they set it to December, so they give us some time to try to work
Okay.
it out.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Mr. Durkin, I did come up today. I come up at 4. It was maybe a couple minutes after 4. Rang your doorbell. You didn't answer. So I walked around to the back.
The back, I'm not worried about it.
Right. The area that I saw that, looked like it had issues was basically your drain, where your drain is.
From there on, all the way to the mailbox.
Okay, I
14
saw
feet over.
like 4 squares.
Yeah, but
from
there's 2 good ones between there, and then the other one's going towards the mailbox, all back again.
But I mean, but from what I looked at, there were 4 squares that I saw that basically jumped out at me and said, hey, this is a little more noticeable. But everywhere else that I did walk, I mean, I saw a few, whatever you call it, the church. I saw a few of those, but overall, to me, it was limited to that area where I parked my vehicle at is what I had saw. So
from the mailbox going straight towards the drain. That's part of it. And it's hard to see because the shape on the trees are different colors.
I don't have a problem seeing any of it. I've seen it all the way back through there.
What do you think?
I think it's unacceptable.
Yeah, I think it's bad too.
I came up today as well. I came up about 11:30. You weren't home either, so I did the same thing Mr. Bruner
I
did.
was home,
I rang the doorbell, and I walked around back as well too. Same area you guys are discussing is where I seen the issues.
To me, another reason the city shouldn't be in the concrete business.
That's all well and good, but do you have any type of motion to try to get this resolved?
I assume he knows what the letter said, because I wasn't here at the last meeting from O'Meara, that they wasn't gonna do anything, and, right, that's what O'Meara said.
I'm not no concrete expert, but I have happened to talk to some people that do know something about concrete. And it was suggested to me, by the way it looked, it was a hot pour. The concrete had been sitting on the truck for too long and got too hot. And when it was poured down the road, created these pop-outs. I mean, I don't know for a fact if that's true or false, but that's what somebody told me was possibly one of the factors in why your concrete looked as bad as it
Do
did.
you use salt on it?
No.
How many squares do you mainly have issues with of the
It's
concrete?
14 feet over and that one stretch.
Do you already have any comment?
80 feet.
So either replace it or drop this bill. I'm like him, I wouldn't want to pay for something that's faulty.
What's the board want to do?
Well, my big thing is, a contractor was paid by the city. If they're not gonna take care of it, is this contractor gonna be cut off? Period.
You guys have to remember though too, when this one makes it really rough. The problem is due to a material called chert, which is a contaminant in the gravel. There are ASTM industry standards that the gravel companies can have a certain percentage of this. Their gravel falls within those standards. The concrete company, they mix it up with this in here that has the allowable amount in it. And what happens, it's a lighter stone. It doesn't, I don't think it really floats, but it doesn't go down. It stays closer to the surface. It's porous. Contractor puts it in, he puts it in the same way. We've got a team of professionals just for problems like this that we get together, which is headed up by ATC, our geotechnical engineers. The concrete test properly, everything falls within the ASTM or the industry standards for this. So how can you point the finger and say that the contractor didn't do anything different than he did on anything else.
Well,
the concrete was tested and approved just like everywhere else.
Well, I'm gonna say the same thing as you, basically, is how can the old administration put me in this seat to make a decision because they decided to go in the concrete business?
Well, if
That
I
ain't helping
remember,
our
Mike,
citizens.
just last year you voted when we were doing budgets to go ahead. None of us voted against it.
No.
I didn't vote for it.
Well, I thought you did vote to go ahead and finish
Absolutely
the
not.
program, but there again, it is a bad situation, but I just don't see how you can point the finger at this one, or this one, when everything does fall within industry standards. Now, you guys, I just want to get as much information to you as possible.
And I understand that, but how do we know it really fell within industry standards? Because that's a horrible looking driveway. And I've had my driveway for 6, 7 years.
Yeah, can I say something?
Nothing like that, nothing. He's even got a crack.
Well, the concrete's gonna crack.
There's cracks all over.
Not cracked yet.
But I mean, I just wanna let you know, me as a council, I can't sit here and vote to pay to fix it because I couldn't sit here and pay to done it in the first place.
I know that.
You know, but it was done and I just.
I
don't
think it's a
agree
bad job. I'm not talking about the entire job. I'm only talking about, what, 20-25% of it in the front?
with- You're not the only person that's complained about bad work and bad concrete and so on and so forth.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of them. I think mine's worse. 500 holes in an area, it's about 80 to 100 feet by 14. I mean, it's just one right next to them. Some of them that big around. And they're already getting bigger from last year. And it started right when they hadn't even left, and it already started before the winter.
Didn't they come to say that they would replace the portion?
One little section, I told them, no, don't even replace that, because I got Adelman's voice. They didn't want to do anything except that one little section. He recommended to fix it, and I told him no. Because the other ones are worse than that one. Why do one and not the other?
I agree with Mr. Holcraft. Either we redo it or we just delete his bill.
I wouldn't say delete it. I mean, he's talking a portion, not the whole thing.
How big is your driveway?
Well, I have an estimate to fix it. They want $20,400.
How much was your bill from the city?
Just a material, 18, 20?
Yeah, I think it was like 16 or 17,000.
I don't know exactly. And I made payments every month, and I couldn't get a hold of anybody to call me back for 2 years, and that's why I stopped paying. It's not, I didn't want to pay, it's just I could never, anybody call me back.
What is your address? I'm sorry.
4 Clinic, 4.
Wait a minute.
What's the board want to do?
Well, we can try to see if O'Mara would fix 25%. Is that what you say is wrong, 25%?
Well, I don't know, I don't know, I'm just guessing at it.
Percentage is it that you?
I don't know.
You said, Marty.
It's probably 20% that he's talking about. On the portion I was talking about, just a small area, probably wasn't, 100 square foot there. It was on the radius.
How much
Yeah.
would you say is in this 20%? How many square foot?
Of that 100 foot I'm talking, or 100 square foot I'm talking about?
No, what he's talking about, as far as what he thinks needs to be fixed.
I think that Bill and Aaron went up there. It's the first second when you're going in, not all the way to the back. towards
All the way
the
towards the back, that's 14 feet over to the line, where that seam is.
How big is all the concrete you got?
Or the whole thing, they've poured 154 yards.
450?
No, 154 yards.
154 yards.
It's got quite a bit of square footage up there.
Yeah, and how much do you think that part in the front is?
Got a little section.
More than from the mailbox to the back, 14 feet by 80.
Can you
It's probably
pull me
30,
all the bills for his
30
address
foot
from O'Mara?
on back to the
I
side.
got him.
It's more than that.
Can you-
I think it's 80 foot by 14 from the mailbox going back.
Mike, I have him.
Oh, you have them?
Yeah.
Could I get a copy of them from you? Thanks.
I have them as well. They're attached to the complaint.
What's the board want to do?
All O'Mara's bills and everything, and
Everybody's saying around the same thing basically, but I'll try this first. I'll make a motion to have the city contact O'Mara contractors and and see if they will replace up to 25% of Mr. Gherkin's concrete that he purchased, and go from there. And if not, maybe the next meeting, we might be able to reconsider O'Mara's responsible bidding as a finished concrete contractor with the city, if not.
Okay, Aaron, the only thing is,
I got-
we've already addressed O'Mara, that's when they wrote that letter and responded back.
So they're definitely not gonna do it
So-
then? I was just trying to give them one more
And-
opportunity of putting that motion out
Well,
there.
I mean, I think you need to do two separate motions, Aaron. One is to fix the concrete, and one is to look at.
Okay, well,
Aaron made a motion, it's on the floor.
Okay.
And
All
I
I'm
think he
saying
has
is
the
that
right, and I'm gonna second.
Well, can I get a comment in?
Hurry up.
In my opinion, the concrete was bad.
Well, we have,
O'Mara did the job.
we have test reports on the concrete. I think I included some of them in your package.
You did. But there's no way that was a good pour.
Who
Way it
tested the
looks now.
concrete?
Please.
Who tested the concrete?
Cardinal, ATC.
Who tests the soil on every job before the concrete's poured?
Soils or the subbase?
Subbase.
Cardinal.
Okay, Aaron's got a motion on the floor, it's been second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Second? You second?
I second it already.
Okay.
Aye.
all in favor.
All set? Okay, let's do a roll call on this.
Councilperson Jane Pope,
Yes.
Councilperson Aaron Cook.
Yes.
Councilperson William Bruner,
No.
Councilperson Mike Lawrence.
Yes.
And Councilperson J.R. Holcraft.
Yes. Yes, sir. You're gonna get with O'Mara tomorrow?
We'll call superintendent.
Okay.
Thank you.
Leslie Votal, revolving loan fund ordinance.
I'm bringing this back in front of you all, and I can pass these around if you want. I did take out the concerning section about the loan criteria completely. We did consult with a couple banking people. I do think as far as ethnicity, or not ethnicity, but whether or not you're a U.S. citizen is a viable criteria, but and that's what they thought as well, because obviously you don't want to give a loan to someone that's just gonna
Yeah, I didn't have a problem
go to
with it.
Germany or something, you know what I mean? So-
Yeah, as long as it's legal.
But I just took it out completely. I just took that part out completely, which was on page 2. And then I did change the portion for the 3 members to be appointed by the mayor and 2 members to be appointed by common council. I believe that was your only 2. I can read it if you want to look at them.
Do we
I
have
make
that
a mo-
ordinance?
Yeah, that was presented to you. I was presenting your packets last meeting.
I make a mo-
Corrected, which I wasn't here at the last
No,
one,
the
but,
corrected ones, I have right here.
so nobody's got the corrected one that you're gonna vote on?
No, because
and
there
I'm
was
gonna
only
make
2
a motion
provisions
to
that were-
table till we can read.
Those were the only 2 provisions that you had
It
problems
wasn't in our
with.
packet, Leslie, and you know we have to have everything in our packets to read before we can vote on it.
Well, I didn't get it on Thursday, because I was preparing for the budget meeting, so.
Okay, got a motion to table. Got a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All against?
You may keep this one, Leslie, you just want to get them the next packets, or?
Make sure they
Yeah.
got them all. Aaron Clark, drug-free place ordinance.
I just want to basically check on the status of how that was going.
Oh, that was the status? I thought you had actually had some
No,
suggestions.
let me write one up for you.
I thought you actually had some suggestions,
Yeah.
that's
There's
why.
No.
one suggestion besides the ones we've talked about in the past. I think that drug-free workplace ordinance should state that, everyone be drug tested, including council, mayor, everybody.
I do get drug tested every time.
But I think we should walk the same standards as employee needs to.
I've said that for years.
Second.
All fair. They can add that to it.
And we want it in our packets to read ahead of time before we approve or disapprove. Please.
Be for the November 14th.
Now, when they have the drug testing, it's random, so you may be called whenever. Okay. Is that all on there?
Yeah.
I got it.
Any comments from the audience? Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. Carl Gelly, Superintendent, Lawrenceburg Schools. Just wanted to let council know, wanted to thank Mel Davis, Utilities Director, Utilities, Electric Department, Mr. Lyons, and the Water Company for being able to help us get our electric issue that was on campus fixed last week quickly, so we were still able to have the football game and senior night on Friday night. So they worked really hard for 2-3 days, especially when there were some rain issues and stuff, to be able to solve that. So just wanted to recognize them and thank them for that. So, and then just a reminder, we have a meeting tomorrow night, I believe in the high school gym at 6 o'clock. Thanks.
That's at Ivy Tech.
LHS.
LHS.
Yes. Thanks.
The auditorium, correct?
I thought it was the gym.
No, the gym.
It's the gym.
Yeah.
Okay. You won't have anybody there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Carl.
Yes.
Anybody else in the audience? Okay. Review and discuss claims board approval.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion adjournment?
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Been done, or they was laying here.
Thank you.
They must have been in your packet.
No, they was laying here.
I didn't know Me neither. Unless, I mean, we may have to have a special meeting. I have to go back through my notes and I know you had to Well, we would still see, maybe we ought to just advertise what it is. That's what I say, don't wait till the 28th. Go ahead and advertise. He wanted to get my car, his headlights out, and I was like, can't do it. That way we're covered. I never saw him.